You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Friday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
All right, we're going on holidays until January 6th, but we are going to sneak in some special podcast stuff over the holidays for you.
Yeah, this is the good news is like when we had to give this speech to the people who listen to the radio show, we were like, that's it. That's the last show. And we won't talk to you for 2 weeks. But if you're a podcast listener, we actually just finished recording a very special episode 200 milestone that we'll be releasing on Christmas. And then we've got a bunch of other best ofs sort of collecting some of our favorite moments from 2024.
So if you've got nothing going on Christmas, or if you're on a drive, hang out with us on Christmas Day, and we can keep you some company.
Put some noise-canceling headphones on when your parents start talking about whether or not that fucking Justin Trudeau should step down or not, and listen to us talk about some bullshit instead.
That's my favorite part about the holidays, is instigating the politics conversation, then just walking away.
Well, that's, the key is you take the adults and you get them focused on something like religion, politics. Sports is also good, but sometimes not as explosive. And then right when they start fighting, that's when you look to the cousins. You're like, walk? Mm-hmm. Go for a walk?
I think that Donald Trump shooting was a conspiracy.
Oh, that's a perfect one.
Anyone want to go for a walk?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, decided that for Christmas this year, wanted to buy gifts for his offensive linemen, which makes sense. If you watch football, the offensive linemen are the guys that protect the quarterback and keep him from getting too beat up.
Those are your guys, yeah.
So you want to keep them happy. You want to let them know when they're doing a good job, even though the Bengals are not good this year. He's been having a pretty good season, so he decided to buy them all gifts. And it's actually gifts that I think would resonate with us after last year's Brock and Dalby wish list. He bought each one of them an authentic Japanese katana.
He got them swords?
He got them all swords.
That's sick.
Apparently he bought one sword for each guy, and they all have like rich histories in Japanese culture and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sure he splurged on them. He's got the money for it.
He put them all in a room, and he brought them in and was like, gentlemen, pick your sword.
He didn't get them off Amazon like we did last year.
No, yeah, ours was not nearly as culturally interesting as these
I look
ones.
so forward to seeing the injury report list of some guy.
Imagine this Sunday comes up and Joe Burrow's having a terrible game because his right guard is out with a self-inflicted katana injury. And it's cool because all of the guys are like, this is such an amazing gift. Joe always gets the most thoughtful gifts.
Well, it is funny because, I mean, a lot of workplaces do the Secret Santa or whatever. It is funny to get your coworkers katana swords.
Dude, I mean, when you get something weird in the corporate or like the work Secret Santa, it's just so much worse than any other gift you could give. Because you're used to like, I'm going to get a gift card or maybe like a book or something for the kitchen, like something really basic.
Yo, imagine giving the same gift to your kid's teacher.
For the school president.
Like, you know, a lot of people freak out and they're like, oh, I should get my kid's teacher something. Get him a katana sword, dude.
But if you do get a teacher a katana, you have to present it to them in a proper way. Like, you have to go to the school, you have to, like, kneel down and be like, oh. For you.
It's a great way to get banned from being asked to volunteer again.
Oh my God, here comes Marcus's dad walking down the hallway and he's got a samurai sword.
You're never going to be asked to volunteer for any more field trips ever again.
I'd like to volunteer for the bowling trip. We have enough parents,
Your kids' grades might go up too, actually.
Just a really thin veiled thread of like, I got you a sword. I have more like it at home.
Everyone should get their kid's teacher a katana.
A+ is for everybody's kids.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Joe texted in here at 762-555, and he said, I once got one of my kids' teachers a coupon book for their kid that I made, where it was like you could kind of cash in and be like, tell them to shut up.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing.
There's those little steps to like, hey, if you need to single out my kid, here's a few opportunities to do it.
I know a lot of people do it for Father's Day all the time. It's actually a great idea to give to your kid's teacher.
Honestly, either that or just give them a pair of noise-canceling headphones. Just for like when the kids are a little bit too rowdy, just Just sit back at your desk, put these on, just listen to something therapeutic and relax.
And I know a lot of people will go like whatever your Timmy's gift card, Amazon gift card, whatever it is.
Those are the pretty standard ones.
Bottle of booze was what my mom always did. My mom would always give like a bottle of wine to my teachers.
See, but that's the thing, is a bottle of wine feels like a classy gift that you can give to someone like a teacher. But I feel like you might get, or it's like a bottle of wine or like an aged bottle of whiskey or something like that. But I feel like if you rolled into the classroom and were like, hey, I got you a bottle of spiced Malibu, they might be like, oh, this is inappropriate.
True. Bottle of tequila. I mean,
I got you some sourpuss for Christmas.
At the same time, though, I mean, they've been dealing with your kids so much, they probably need a good drink.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
You should absolutely be normalized to be able to buy them a bottle of liquor or something along those lines. I'm just saying, we do wine because it feels classier.
Now, I will say, is it frowned upon to buy a teacher weed?
to roll in with a package of pre-rolls and be like, here you go.
It's legal now.
That's true.
Right?
I mean, it is theoretically just as normalized as any other gift, or at least it's just as available as any other gift. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be anything that would make the teacher have to be like, I need to alert the authorities or anything.
Make them a special brownie, get them some gummies, whatever it is, a little pen.
A 6-pack of those little sodas that they sell now?
Yeah.
That's right up there with a bottle of wine. Might even be more efficient, to be honest.
Like I said, I mean, they need a drink, but if anyone needs to chill out with dealing with all your kids, it's a teacher, man.
I think the only problem with doing something like gummies is they might be too motivated to do one during class. You know what I mean? Like, kids are particularly rowdy one day, and he's got a packet of gummies that you bought him for Christmas in the top drawer.
What do I know? I feel like if you teach kindergarten, you should be allowed to. One hell of a day that would be.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It is time for our final edition of... We've given away a lot of awesome prizes, but this morning we are giving away nunchucks.
Actual training nunchucks that you can use to either display in your home to give it a sense of class and honor, or you can learn the martial art itself.
Great thing to bust out at one of your Christmas parties over the holidays.
Show up to work. Let everybody think you're disgruntled.
Assert your dominance, you know? Or just mess yourself up. Either or, we have got 3 contestants on the line right now. They are either going to be the nunchucks or we are the numchucks for today's edition of... So as always, if you are not one of our 3 contestants, that does mean you are a judge. So judge accordingly. Let us know who you think does the best dirty talk this morning. We'll start with line 1 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Ryan.
Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing good. You understand how the game works, right?
Sort of.
All right, we'll put 15 seconds on the clock. You can either pretend like you are the nunchucks or we are the nunchucks, and best dirty talk wins, all right?
10-4.
All right, I'll count you in from 3 to 1. You ready?
Wait, I guess so.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so basically I'm a long whipping chain. I have 12-inch sticks on either side. Sometimes they come black, sometimes they come brown, white.
All right, well,
I get to whip people
that's your time, Ryan.
Some people take longer with foreplay, but that's all right, bud. We'll keep you on hold, all right?
Well,
that's not how not to do it.
Caller number 1 in the books. Here we go.
Caller number 2, who's this?
It's Curtis.
Curtis, all right. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Do you understand how it works?
To be honest, not really. Am I supposed to be talking dirty to the nunchucks, or
either you're the nunchucks talking dirty to us, or we're the nunchucks and you're talking dirty to the nunchucks? Yes.
All right.
All right, we'll count you in from 3 to 1 here. 3, 2, 1.
Wow, you're so pretty. I know that you're illegal, but I just want to swing with you. I know that I want to swing with you so badly and train. Please hold my stick. I love you so much.
I love you so much. You know what? I didn't have high expectations for you, but you turned it around, my man.
Any dirty talk that starts with "I know you're illegal" is concerning. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, buddy, stay on hold, okay?
That sounds good.
It turned out actually pretty nice.
That's Curtis, and he's on a list.
All right, let's use on line 3 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Scott.
Scott, are you ready to play?
Oh, I'm so ready.
And do you understand how it works?
Oh, I understand.
Okay.
I hope you guys are ready.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I'm excited now. All right, my man. We'll count you in here. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Oh, boys, I've got these 2 pieces of wood in a chain. They're so soft. We're going to make them hard and rub them. I'm going to wrap you in these chains, Brocky and Dalby. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. I can't wait. I'm getting excited just holding the wood.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
It's a change of tone in your voice, too.
You went full serial
I
killer.
was ready for this one.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. All right, we'll let you calm down for a second. We'll keep you on hold here. Let's weigh out the options. It's between line 2 and line 3.
You don't think Ryan's up for it?
No disrespect to Ryan, but that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, that's definitely... Curtis, like you said, Curtis didn't seem to understand the game, so I was nervous, but then he came out of the gate and killed it. And then Scott had an energy that can only be described as unnerving.
He's been waiting for this moment for a long time.
100%.
So do we go with the guy who wants to do illegal stuff, or do we go with the guy who just wants us to get with his wood?
Curtis is getting some votes, but Scott is getting the majority by a lot on the text line.
All right. Scott, are you still there, my man? Woo! You get yourself a ding and a round of applause. And nunchucks are coming your way, brother.
I actually made nunchucks when I was a kid at a broomstick to the dog chain. Man, it hurt.
These ones should be a little bit softer, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what you do with them.
So excited. I'll send videos.
I just need you to repeat after me. I, Scott,
Hi, Scott.
will not hold Brock and Dalby accountable for what I do with these nunchucks.
Will not hold Brock and Dalby accountable for what I do with these nunchucks. But we will get some funny videos, though.
Perfect. And sending that to Roger's corporate legal team, and we are good to go,
Absolutely.
Scott.
You're good to go. Woo!
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The man who helped design the breathalyzer recently just got a DUI.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's way too crazy.
He came up with the idea for the breathalyzer, designed it, actually helped enforce it.
Yeah.
And recently, about 2 weeks ago, he was caught driving over the limit. Now he has received a ban from driving because of how high he blew over.
Just imagine the cop comes over to his window and is just like, hey, I'm going to need you to breathe into this. Have you ever seen one of these before?
I know.
The guy's like, buddy, you're not even going to believe what I'm about to tell you.
What's that old Batman quote? You either die the hero or live long enough
to become the villain. You'd think he would have left some sort of like back door or something for him, like a secret trick to get out of it in case he ever found himself in this situation.
Which is just another reminder this holiday season. Please don't drink and drive, guys.
What a segue.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Since today is our last show of 2024, we are going to do a year in review for the year that is 2024.
So many things happen every single year, and when they happen, we get like really wrapped up in them, where they're all we can talk about. But then months later, when we wrap up the year, we've completely moved on and forgotten about them.
Well, this year has felt so long, but also gone by so fast at the same time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, and I'm going to run through everything that I've remembered in 2024.
Okay.
And we'll see what I missed.
See if anybody can come up with anything that didn't make the list.
All right, count me in from 3 to 1, and then we'll go, okay?
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
We raised over $200,000 for breast cancer, 8 bull testicles, got nipple tattoos. We had the gathering of the Brocks, the wake and bake. 6G became a thing. The eclipse happened. 115 people got eye damage in Ontario from it. Chrystia Freeland resigned. Canada post-strike. So did the LCBO. Dora flew off a plane and a bunch of other things with planes. Trump was found guilty. He got shot. He won the election. The Sphere opened in Vegas. Luigi Mangione, of course. The Dune popcorn bucket. Neuralink happened. Diddy is the diddler. Pete Rose died. Matumbo died. O.J. Simpson died. James Earl Jones died. Red Lobster went bankrupt. Dave Grohl cheated on his wife. Motley Crue made new music and it sucks. Linkin Park got a new singer. Sum 41 calls it quits. Oasis got back together. Sublime made a comeback. Warped Tour made a comeback. Jane's Addiction got into a fight. Bon Jovi saved someone's life. Tenacious D took a hiatus. Mars was declared unsafe for humans. Viagra causes Alzheimer's, apparently. There were the secret tunnels in New York City. The Olympics happened. That Oilers fan flashed her tatas. The Panthers won. Dodgers won. Celtics won. Chiefs won. Chiefs fans also lost limbs at one game. Raptors player got caught betting on his own team. I'm not even close to done here.
No, that was a lot of stuff that all happened this year, but it doesn't feel like how far down the list would you say you are?
Oh, dude, the measles made a comeback. Joey Chestnut got banned. Netflix and WWE partnered up. Marineland's closing.
That's right.
That dude attacked the judge in Las Vegas. Facebook and Instagram shut down. They're trying to get rid of bagged milk. The Ticketmaster lawsuit. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson collapsed Netflix. And, of course, there was booze on sale at Costco.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a big one for Ontario, too.
That all happened this year.
Oh, and booze at 7-Elevens and Circle K's. And
Yeah.
Oh, my God. There's so many things that happen. Although, listening to that whole list, as you were rattling them all off, I remembered almost all of them. The only one that I had forgotten was that Viagra causes Alzheimer's. I don't know what that says.
Well, it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I was reading an article yesterday, and I don't know if this is surprising news or if this is what I would have predicted, but Tommy Lee, Motley Crue's wife, Brittany Ferlin, was on some podcast and was asked about the relationship. They're talking about, married life and all that stuff. And she kind of dropped the bomb that a lot of people are grossed out by, that Tommy Lee showers once a week.
It checks out. I'd believe that.
It's kind of one of those things where, I feel like I'm shocked because I didn't know anybody did that.
Nah, he looks like he smells.
When you look at him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. She was very quick to clarify that he does not stink.
I don't believe that. I think you're just been around the guy long enough that you get used to his smell.
She said, people wouldn't expect this from someone who's a musician, but my husband is very neat. They expect that he would be a nightmare, dirty, but he's very neat, so he doesn't need to shower a lot. And I'm trying to think of, everything I've ever seen from that guy suggests otherwise.
I just feel like the dude travels the world all the time. Playing the drums, you get pretty sweaty. If you're playing nights back to back, you're telling me you don't shower after shows?
That's just it. You're gonna take a look at that tour schedule and tell me, once a week is probably fine. That man gets up at the end of shows just soaked, dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
There is no damp cloth or moist towelette that will take care of that.
I mean, he must not be cheating anymore, because usually you can smell the sex on someone, so...
It would be ripe like a fine aged cheddar.
I just feel like, when I look at Tommy Lee, I feel like he smells like a hockey bag.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Although I feel like he would smell like the inside of a sauna that hasn't been cleaned out in a while. I feel like it would just be really, really pungent.
Smells like an old shoe,
Now, she did say that he will, if he's feeling, quote, funky, bust out the old white washcloth and give himself just a quick, wipe down.
A horse bath, if you will.
Well, that's not, she said he calls it his bird bath, which I have to assume he's talking about his bird.
We've all seen the bird before. That thing needs its own shower.
I love the idea that he's like, my body, I only wash that once a week. But I get into the undercarriage about every couple days with a wash.
I was going to say, imagine the smell of that thing sometimes.
So all of these are
plunks on the ground, just wafts its own. When someone raises their armpit and you're like, whoa.
Oh, that's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy flops it out at the urinals and you're like...
He's holding it up and wafting down around underneath.
Yeah.
Trying to get the
Remember when he did the helicopter in that video with Pam?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine how much that stunk.
Turns out that was a biohazard incident.
Yeah, seriously.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast. It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
All right, it's the last draft of 2024, and today We're doing the draft of stocking stuffers here, fitting with Christmas next week.
Absolutely. This is perfect for if there's anybody out there or perhaps in this room that is looking for some more ideas for some stocking stuffers. Maybe this will help to get people's minds going. And very fitting that as for most of the first half of the year, I have won rock, paper, scissors.
All right, you get the number one pick. I'm curious if we had the same number one pick in mind.
Well, I feel like it's the most iconic of all stocking stuffers. It is the one that is potentially the most worthless, but could be the most valuable. Taking lottery tickets.
Damn.
Taking lottery tickets. And I say lottery tickets in a way that covers both 649, Lotto Max, and Scratchers.
Yeah, that is the best. Gives you a little bit of hope on Christmas morning for a second.
And that's just it, right? I could buy you a $2 present that's going to make you happy on Christmas morning because in your brain it could be worth $10,000, $2 million, whatever. But in reality, I got you nothing.
That is what I had at number one, too. But I'll go with my second pick. I gotta go with socks.
Socks is so good.
Socks overall, as a kid, you're bummed out.
Sure.
As an adult, you're like, I need these.
I feel like even as a kid, if I had socks under the tree, like wrapped as a full present, like a bundle of socks, I was so mad. Like, why would you do this to me? But a nice pair of like funny socks or warm socks in the stocking, even as a kid, I think is okay.
It's also funny to put a sock technically inside of a sock as well. So
also true. My number two pick, I don't know if they make them in the book style anymore that they used to, but I know you can still buy a roll.
Oh, you're not going to do it. I was going to have it too.
I'm taking Lifesavers at number two, baby.
Damn it.
That's huge.
Damn it, I had that one too.
I haven't seen the Lifesavers book in a long time, but I know you can still get the rolls.
That was a staple like every Christmas, man.
I know for a fact there are still Lifesavers books in our house from years well gone by.
Oh, damn it. Oh, you took two of my picks. All right, my number two then, I'm going to go with batteries. Because when I was a kid, if there was batteries in the stocking, that meant that there was something pretty dope under the tree.
Absolutely, that's right. The batteries always correlate that you were going to get something battery powered, and anything that requires electricity had to be good.
And even as an adult now, it's one of those things like you always need batteries, but you never have them, it feels like.
100%.
Yeah.
Finally, my number three pick, it is the ultimate Christmas chocolate bar. It is the best thing that you can possibly get. It usually sticks way out of the stocking with the signature pyramid build. A Toblerone bar.
Classic.
You get a Toblerone bar in your stocking. Like I said, it'll poke out the top. It's the first thing you see when you go into the living room, and you're just like, yeah, now it's Christmas.
Coming in at number three for me, I'm going to do something that my old man started doing for me the past couple years. Pre-rolls.
Pre-rolls in the stocking is great.
It surprised me the first time that it happened, but damn, it was a pretty cool move, man.
Just walk by, tuck a couple in there for you to find when you wake up in the morning.
And then you got all those snacks as well, too, and you're like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Ooh, all the holiday munchies that you either got in your stocking under the tree or that you've been preparing in the kitchen.
Exactly.
What a brilliant setup. That's just as good as getting the batteries for the toys.
Exactly.
That's batteries for your appetite.
I got socks, I got batteries, and I got pre-rolls.
I got lotto tickets, Lifesavers, and Toblerones, and I feel maybe better about this draft than any I've done this year.
The worst stocking stuffer that I ever got. My mom bought me condoms one time.
Dude, come on. And put them in the stocking?
Reached into the stocking, pulled them out, and she just had this like grin on her face, and I was like, thanks.
Yo!
Thanks, Mom.
And in front of everybody, too. Like, not even a private, like, hey, these are yours or whatever, but like, yeah, pull them out and show the family.
The weird part is usually when you get a Christmas gift, whenever you use it, you think of someone. It's the worst stocking stuffer of all time.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It was a landslide, but I got to give it to you. Victory! As soon as you got scratch-offs and the Lifesaver booklet in there, I knew it was over.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, you can take some solace in knowing that your draft would have also won had you won rock, paper, scissors. Like, that's basically the only difference.
It's the way she goes sometimes.
I had socks on my list. You stole it, but I managed to get the two big ones.
A few that I forgot. Someone texted in hockey cards. That was always a staple in the stocking growing up.
See, not much for our house, but I also didn't really collect hockey cards, so that was never really a thing. I do remember, and I don't think many families got this, but like, I would always find coins in mine.
Coins?
And not like the chocolate ones.
Like your
but
Santa just threw change in there?
Like nickels and dimes and quarters. And I remember as a kid, I always wondered, like, does Santa just carry a mitt full of change for every kid in Canada?
I mean, I thought you guys would have been the first stop being in the territory. So maybe he's catching you on the way home and he's like,
That's it. He's wrapping up so that when he's done, he doesn't have a long flight to get back to the North Pole.
I got a text from someone who said the best stocking stuffer I ever got was a pregnancy test.
Oh.
Is that like just like the box or was it like a positive?
Yeah,
like,
well, that's the thing, right? It could go in a bunch of different ways, right? For some people who've been trying to start a family, finding a positive pregnancy test in your stocking is like, that's a Christmas miracle. And then there are other people who would wake up Christmas morning, race downstairs, open their stocking, and find a negative pregnancy test and just be like, this is the greatest Christmas of all time.
I'm just saying, if Courtney gets a positive pregnancy test in her stocking this year, I'm going to the mall next year and beating the hell out of Santa, dude. He's got some explaining to do.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store. With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.